I'm not one of them mainstream cunts, I'm that one full of pain and love.
Alright guys, so let me explain something to you, right? This is something about identity, right? Now we all judge ourselves upon, you know, our own identity, upon what other people think of us, you know? And we have a big, huge ego on what we think we are, right? But then there's that subconscious that lingers, that is our true self. And we're constantly been bombarded about how we should think and how we should behave. And this is alternatively, you know, basically building a foundation of what we are told is our personality and our identity. When, for real, no one can tell you what your identity is. Only you can. No one can say how you feel about things unless you tell yourself how you can feel about things. You know, and some people are super sensitive when people question their beliefs. But that's just life, man. You know, life is constantly a bunch of cognitive dissonance between people trying to, you know, combat their own kind of ideals onto the world. And that's me included, because like I always get stuck and bombarded with stuff that I hold strongly in terms of say scientific proof, or like my own kind of reasoning for things that I feel are the right things in the world. But the truth is, the only things that are right or wrong are facts, okay? But when it comes to anything that's upon empathy and feeling, right, that is totally up to the individual, which means that you identify with certain bits of information, hence you have an emotion, you know, emotional reaction to it, right? So say for example, you know, like everyone knows, like everyone has this huge stance against abortion, right? When in natural fact, if we didn't have abortion in this world, right, there'd be a lot of babies that wouldn't have anyone to look after them. Fact, right? On top of that, it is pro-choice. Whoever wants to do whatever they want to their fucking body, man. That's up to them as an individual. It's the same thing as a tattoo, right? Up to the individual whether they want to scar their body for life. You know what I mean? But at the same time, there's certain things that people have feelings about. And religion and culture much grabs onto our identity as well, but it really isn't. You know what I mean? Like, we make it our identity because of our beliefs and our perception of how we view the world, you know? And that's probably the strongest thing, because your perception can change as you grow older, but fundamentally you keep the same characteristics and traits throughout your whole life. You know, so at the end of the day, no one can change that. That fundamental thing that makes you, you, no one can change that, bro. And you just gotta keep telling yourself that no matter what anyone thinks, at the end of the day, you make you happy, right? And you're the person that decides who you are as a person. So that's what it is. And at the same time, we have cognitive dissonance with our own conflicting emotions. I have it all the time. You know what I mean? Like, I have constant things that are hypocritical to myself. Like, oh, I'm a healthy person, but yet I drink coffee and smoke cigarettes. Oh, I'm a healthy person, but yet I eat fast food all the fucking time. Isn't that constant contradictions within myself? Because I identify as one thing, but yet I'm doing something that doesn't match that identity. And this is the cause of all human fucking conflict in life. You know what I mean? Especially between people. Because, and yeah, between people and like in relationships, right? So in relationships, we, you know, we might say all these things, you know, but yet we don't back it up with words. I mean, we don't back it up with action. We say all these things with words, but we don't back it up with action, right? And I think that's kind of like the problem, yeah? I mean, with with any form of relationship, you know, whether that is family, friends, or fucking lovers, you know. And we are all guilty of this. We are all guilty of this. You know, all you really need in this life is to be true to your word and be true to yourself. And some people think that life is to find the truth about you. And the only way you find truth about you is through the experiences that you experience in life and through your actions. Because let me say this, right? People can see one side of things viewed to the actions that you put out into the world. And then you can see one side through the intention of those actions in the world, right? And this is a pretty bad example. But I mean, like, say for example, you know, like Hitler destroyed half of the fucking world, right? But maybe his intentions was to, like, create peace in the world through fucking him and create his own regime, you know? And I might be wrong about that, but maybe that was his intention. You know what I mean? Things are fucked up. And people do the exact same fucking shit. They contradict themselves all the time. I do it all the time. You know, but the point is, right, they say that actions don't determine you, right? But they do. But your intentions matter to the actions that you give. And whether you understand what the fuck I'm talking about, it doesn't really matter to me. Because at the end of the day, this is my fucking channel. It's not anybody else's. And if you get what I'm saying and you relate to it and it somewhat brings you like peace in your life, then hey, that's great. You know, I'm here to inspire and give wisdom and to entertain people, you know. And you only see like somewhat of a facade that I put in front of you. There's going to be certain sides that you don't see of me. Just like there's certain sides that other people don't want to show the world. You know? We all have darkness and we all have insecurities and faults. And not all of us want to show that shit to the world. But anyway, this is my whole segment on identity. So yeah, fuck the rest of the world and what they think and their ideals and how society structures certain things. You decide. So you decide who you want to be today.